Welcome to the YouTube channel of Ims Kanpur. We're going to discuss CAT 2024 slot 2 set number 1. Let's read the set. The numbers 1 to 10. So there are 10 numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 and 10 are placed in 10 slots of the following grid. So you can see there's a grid that has given to you and we have to fill the numbers from 1 to 10 in this particular grid. Okay. The numbers in any row in increasing order from left to right. So you can clearly say that numbers in row, now this is row wise, row 1, row 2, row 3 and row 4. So all these numbers are increasing order. So you can say this number is going to be bigger than column 1 numbers, and same is true for all the row. And in any column, the numbers that are appearing are in decreasing order. So I think topmost number will be the highest and then slowly you will go into decreasing order. राइट तो यहाँ पर आप कह सकते हो हाईएस्ट टू लोएस्ट और यहाँ पर लोएस्ट टू highest. That is how you are going to fill the number. Now, 1 is placed either in the same row or in the same column as 10. So 10 and 1 either will come in the same row or they will come in the same column. Okay. 2 not 3 is placed in the same row or in the same column as 10. तो जिस column में 10 है या जिस particular row में 10 है, in that same row 2 and 3 won't come together. So for example, suppose if 10 is here, then you can't take 2 and 3 in row number 1 as well as column number 3. That is what we have to ensure while solving this set. Yeah, sure. Let's proceed to the next point. Now the next point says neither 7 nor 8 is placed in the same row or in the same column as 9. So you can clearly say 10 के साथ 2 and 3 won't come, and 9 के साथ 7, 8 won't come, and then it says 4 and 6 will come in the same row. Now this could be row number 1, could be row number 2, row number 3 as well as row number 4. So based on this information, we have to figure out as in which number will come in which particular block. So let's start solving the question. Let's try to think a little logical. Now you know that these numbers are increasing order and this is going in decreasing order. So where we can place 10? If you think logically, then you will be able to solve this set. So the highest number is 10. Now you can't take 10 in column 1, neither in column 2 nor in column 3. Why? Because column 4 number will be respectively bigger than whatever is coming in column 3. And similarly, you can't take 10 in this. So you can say 10 cannot come here, 10 cannot come here, 10 cannot come here. Similarly, you can't take 10 over here, you can't take 10 over here, you can't take 10 over here. And you can't take 10 in this. So there is only one possibility for 10 is that it will come in the extreme corner, extreme top corner. The reason is because in any other corner, if you take 10, then our condition number 1 and 2 will not get satisfied. So this is what we have to understand. So I think first target is to place 10. And now I know that 10 can only come over here. And if you place 10, think about where 9 could come. So now you can't take 9 over here. 9 cannot come over here. It cannot come here also. And it cannot come because you have to come from highest to lowest. Similarly, I can't take 9 over here because this number has to be bigger than 9. So 9 can come either in this particular, that is row 1, column 3, or 9 can come as row 2, column 4. These are two places where you can take 9. So you have to analyze both the cases where I can take 9. So let me take case number 1. I will take 9 in this particular position. Right? Now it says 2 and 3 won't come in the same column as or same row as 10. So you can say 2 and 3 will not come in these places and 2 and 3 will not come. So for 2 and 3, these are the 3 places where you can take 2 and 3. Now you can't take 2 over here. The reason is because this number has to be lower than 2 and this number has to be lower than 2. That's not possible. So you can say 2 or 3 either will come in this corner or in this corner. Right? Maybe one case is 2 you can take over here and 3 will come over here. We'll analyze. So 2 or 3 को आने का ये 3 places हैं. But if you are taking 2 and 3 in the same row, then 2 will come in column 2 and 3 will come over here. That's the possibility. Now, what about 4 and 6? And 7, 8 should not come in the same row or column as 9. So in this scenario, 7 and 8 has to come in this particular column. That is column number 4. There is no other way. I can't take 7, 8 over here. Right? And you can't take 7, 8 over here. And you can't take even 7, 8 over here because this number has to be bigger than 7, 8. And 7, 8, the number that are bigger than 7, 8 are only 9 and 10. We have already placed there. So 7, 8 has to come over. In that case, 8 would come over here. And maybe 7 will come over here. And it also says that 1 is placed in the same row or in the same column as 10. So maybe I can take either 1 over here or I can take 1 over here. That is what I have to analyze. And the next part is 4 and 6 should come the same row. अब अगर 4 और 6 को same row में लेकर आना है, so now this cannot be row number 2. Why? Because 2 and 3 में से कोई ना कोई एक number तो यहाँ आने वाला है. And this row is already has 7. So 4 and 6 will come in row number 1. So let's keep 4 and 6, and this number has to be bigger than this one. Now, where I should take 5 and where I should take 1. 1 I can't take over here, right? The reason is if I take 1, this number has to be lower. That's not possible. Can I take 1 over here? Maybe. But 1 की condition क्या है? 1 has to come in the same row or same column. So you can take 1 over here only. If you have taken 1 over here, then 5 cannot come here because ये number 5 से बड़ा लेना पड़ेगा, and which we do not have. And we can't take this number also 5 because there's no, so 5 will come over here. And for 2 and 3, we are not sure. So there are two possibilities that we can make. Alternatively, 2 and 3 will come in this position or in this position. So that is one way of solving the set. But this was only one case where we have taken 9 over here. What about if you take 9 over here? So we'll analyze that case also. And then we can solve the question, because it may happen that you might have two cases that are satisfying your solution. So let me take 10 over here. Let me take 9 over here, right? Now, 4 and 6 should come in the same row. Now, I can't take 4 and 6 over here because 2 and 3 will occupy these. Out of 2 and 3, both numbers should occupy these three scenario. So in that case, again, I have to take 4 and 6 in this particular row. Now, you know that 7, 8 cannot come in the same row and same column as 9. In that case, 7, 8 cannot come in these two positions, neither in these two positions, and you can't take 7, 8 in this position. Why? Because this number has to be higher than 7 and 8. So 7, 8 has to come here, and 4 and 6 both will come together in the same row. Now that cannot happen simultaneously. So I can't take 7, 8 as well as 4 and 6 in the same row. So this case is eliminated. So you have to answer the question based on this case. Now let's look at the question one by one and try to answer them. So pretty interesting question wherein you have to logically put the numbers. So now let's try to look at each and every question. Based on this diagram, we can solve all the 4 questions in one go. So now let's look at the first question. What is the row number which has the least sum of number placed in that row? So obviously we can say row number 4 has only one number, and that to the lowest number. So the answer for this question will be row number 4. So 4 is the correct answer. Look at the second question. Which of the following statement must be true? 10 is placed in a slot in row 1. Absolutely right. 1 is placed in a slot in row 4. That is absolutely right. So both the statements are true. So for question number 2, A is the correct option. Which of the following statement must be true? 2 is placed in a slot in column 2. Maybe. Because 2 may be in column 2 or it could be in column 3. So first is not must be true. It may be true but not must be. And same is true with second statement 3. Because these two can take the position vice versa. So neither first nor second. So for third, we have to take C choice. Next question. For how many slots in the grid, placement of numbers cannot be determined with certainty? So there are 2 slots for which we are not able to determine the number with certainty. So for question number 4, the answer has to be 2. So this was the first set. And the last question of this set is, what is the sum of the numbers placed in column 4? Now column 4 is 10 plus 8 plus 7 plus 1. That is 25 plus 1 is 26. So the correct answer for this question is 26. That's it.